Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the Sherwood, Oregon real estate market. This update will cover the last 6 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, June 19th. So hope you all had a great Father's Day yesterday. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you. So as I always do, start off looking at active listings. So last week, I only show we had 4 homes come on the market in Sherwood. So a very slow week in terms of new listings. You can see it's down quite a bit from the prior 5 weeks. And they ended the week at 51 homes on the market in total. Down a couple from the week prior, which was a high for the 6 weeks. The median price and the days on market for the active listings. You can kind of see that over the few last month here, it's been rising. This last week came in at 740,000, up 10,000 from the week prior. And days on market has been moving up as well. In general, had a low of 8 days here about 5 weeks back, and this last week came in at 25 days of average market time. So as we've been talking about, the market kind of cooling, slowing down a bit. Homes are staying on the market on average a little longer than they were certainly before. Moving along to pending sales, it was a little slow in that department as well. Had 8 pendings in Sherwood last week, which was half of what it was the week prior. And ended the week at a total of 76 homes in pending status. Again, towards the top of the range here over the past 6 weeks, but down from the week prior. Median price and the days on market for those pendings, fairly tight range here in terms of that number. It had a low of 719, and this last week came in at 728, which kind of ties a high for the 6-week period here. And then the median days on market, very steady there at 4. So, the homes that have been continuing to go pending in Sherwood have all been going relatively quickly. Sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, I show last week in Sherwood we had 9 homes get recorded as sold. That is up from the week prior, which was a slow week in terms of closings. So we had 9 closings last week, which outside of this 1 week was pretty much on par with kind of where it's been over this, rest of the period here. And then when I look over the prior month of activity, or this last 4 weeks here, I had a total of 32 homes that had sold in Sherwood, which is just up 1 from the prior week's reading. So, it's been pretty steady. If you actually look over the past 6 weeks here, it hasn't varied a lot. Median price and the days on market for the sold listings, actually fell quite substantially, I should say, this past week. We were up in the high 6s, low 7s a couple weeks prior. So last week fell back to 603,000. So the homes that closed this last week kind of really brought this number down quite a bit. Again, days on market, very steady at 4. So, looking back, things that recently sold went into contract very quickly. And then finally, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and sale price as a percent of the original list price. The red bars are the weeks of inventory. So you can kind of see that, with the market kind of slowing, we had just under 4 weeks of inventory about 6 weeks back, and then it has been, creeping up. This last week came in about 6.5 weeks of inventory. It's down a little bit from the week prior, but still certainly a little more inventory than weeks of inventory, I should say, than what we had seen here when the market was super hot. So, very much a moderating, cooling market, and you also kind of see that reflected in the sale price as a percent of the original list. It was crazy, scorching here a few weeks back at just about 9% over asking was the where things were selling at. This last week kind of fell back to closer to 6% over the asking price. So, still properties in Sherwood getting bid up over asking price, but not quite as hot as it was. So, as we move through the summer, I would anticipate that, we'll continue to see this number, I would imagine kind of grow, and this number here probably decrease as we kind of watch the continuing effects of just the higher interest rate environment. But still, by historical standards, this is very much still kind of a seller's market environment for sure. So I hope that weekly update has been helpful and informative for you. I certainly would welcome the opportunity to become your trusted realtor and help you move through life. So just give me a call at 503-680-2065, and I would be happy to answer any questions that you might have and see if I could be of any help. So thank you for watching, and you have a great day.